Welcome to episode 2 of me trying to vibe code an app until I make $1,000 from it while having absolutely zero experience coding anything throughout my entire life. So this is probably a bad plan. This might turn pretty quickly into watch me fail and realize this isn't possible. And that is actually today's plan. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive in, try to deploy an MVP app and try basically everything that is supposed to be working as of right now that is kind of complicated. Namely, that would be all of the APIs with QuickBooks, with HubSpot, with Stripe. All of these, see if they work. If they don't, try to fix them. And that way we will know sooner than later if this is a terrible plan and we should focus on something else entirely. If nothing works like it should and there is no perspective of us getting to a place where this kind of works the way we want it to, I have other ideas of product that wouldn't require as many APIs, things that could be standalone programs that we could try to monetize in a different way. And so we can always fall back on that. Now, since last episode, there are a few things that have been happening behind the scene. First of all, we have fixed a ton of bugs, so I will not go into the details of how that worked. But if we look at where we are today, we are on version 7. Not all versions were very different from the previous ones, but they all have like small improvements, and it's starting to look like something that makes sense, if you ask me. Now, we've also tried to develop this same app in anti-gravity. Let me tell you, that did not go well. So there's a bit more of a learning curve in Google anti-gravity. I did not manage to produce anything of value at all, so I tried it. I installed everything that I was supposed to install, and yeah, I quit before anything even remotely made sense. So Google Anti-Gravity, we had actually marked it as the only one with the average level of complexity in our look around the market for what was available. I'd marked it as Google AI Studio, but that really wasn't the right thing. It should have been Google Anti-Gravity because that's the coding thing. And yeah, I guess just a little bit of a steeper learning curve. Not to say that this can be done. I'm pretty sure that's actually a great tool to build it. But like I said, I have absolutely no experience in terms of coding. So I needed something that takes me by the hand, and I went with Atom. I'm sure all of the other options above would have worked pretty well too, but now we are going with this one, so let's see where this takes us. And finally, since last episode, we have also applied branding. So I'm not a branding genius at all, far from it. Actually, I might call on people of my community later to help me get to get this product to a place where the branding sort of makes sense. Right now, I went with something that is, I'm gonna call it pretty vanilla. Like it works. It looks like something clean. I had Gemini build this for me, and I fed that directly into Atom as just instructions. And I want to say it kind of works. It makes a little bit of sense. It's very minimalist. That's what we want to. So with this out of the way, today's goal is very simple. Like I said, we're gonna deploy. I've never tried this, so I have no clue what's going to happen there. But I don't really care, to be honest. I just want this app to exist and see if I can link it with QuickBooks, and then link it with HubSpot, and link it with Stripe. And if all of these work, I will be very blessed. If none of these work, well, I'm sort of expecting that, so we will see. So without further ado, let's get right in. So let's start with, actually, I just fed it a few, last bug fixes, very minor stuff. So let's just publish the thing. So I'm not sure what's going to happen if I'm being completely honest. So we will set up your production database by syncing tables and schemes from your development database. Choose whether to also sync the data during publishing. So it sounds pretty serious. I have no clue what any of this means. So let's just publish. Let's just see what happens. So as of today, there is no like sensitive data in any of that. Oh, we can manage domains even. I'm not sure what that would mean. So we could use it on our own domain. That would be fantastic, actually. So while this is publishing, because I feel like this might take a minute, we will actually go on. Should we go on Squarespace domains on GoDaddy? So how did we call that? We called that Komorebi. Komorebi. That's how we should pronounce it. Can we do that? Can we do like Komore.bi? Is that an extension that works? Doesn't work. That's very, very complex. Komorebi.net. Can we just do Komorebi? No, I didn't check if the data was if the domain, sorry, was available. So let's see. This one has a spelling mistake. What can we do with that? Can we like do the .io thing? Komorebi.io not available. App, can we do that? Komorebi.app not available. So what do we have? .win, .best, .casa, .monster. All of these are terrible. .vip. Can we do Komorebi app? That wouldn't work either. We have .ca, but I'm in Canada, not all of these. Komorebi apps with an S. That's a little bit weird. Komorebi, that's also weird. Komorebi app. Komorebi app.studio. I feel like that works. .store. Komorebi app.co. That might be my favorite one. Yeah, I feel like this is the one we're gonna go with. So let's go with Komorebi app.co. Let's add studio while we're there. So let's proceed to that. Okay, so we have something. It looks like there's something here happening. Yeah, let's figure it out. What if we click there? What happens? So this looks like it's the right app. It's loading like it did before. We definitely have to improve this because that's a terrible user experience so far. Okay. Then can we sign in? We can sign in with Google. Let's try that. Oh, so I don't think it actually logged me in. Like it asked me to, but I don't think it did anything if you ask me. Okay. And then it's there. We don't have a subscription, so I feel like nothing is working so far. So like if we add this, it's gonna do nothing. Like I don't think it's. Yeah, I feel like everything is broken so far. Okay, well, I mean, we did get so far, so let's try again. Let's see. Let's see how this would work. So yeah, nothing is working. So let's try that again. Let's see. Let's actually go back there and make it a nice list of the things that don't work. So I'm just gonna say something very generic, which says just review everything because features appear to be built from a visual point of view, but they don't actually work. And I didn't get a chance. Like, can I just reload this from the get-go? And if I say sign in, I sign in with Google. And then, so it's the same thing. So like there isn't like an actual login. And if I click on the integrations, so all of these are demo. And it says that it's going to produce. So am I just looking at the wrong thing? Like this is a very possible thing, but I feel like I should be looking at the right one. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so basically we can't have the Google login so far. All right, so that's interesting because when we chose Atoms.dev, I'm pretty sure it said somewhere that this was possible. So use cases, it was somewhere. I think I've seen that. Pretty sure I've seen it. So let's see, use cases. All right, so I don't really remember, but I do believe that I've seen that somewhere. Redirects to, okay, so basically it's saying that we will not be able to log into the other apps that we need to call to, right? I feel like that's what it's saying so far. So that's not working too well. So we'll try that. If that doesn't work, if it doesn't make sense, I feel like we will call it quits pretty soon. We will start over on something simpler that we can ship maybe faster, that would live within its own environment, that wouldn't need to like call into so many different external systems. And yeah, we will see how that would work. So far, my takeaway is this: like all of these businesses, all of these vibe coding apps promise a lot of things. They make things that look pretty good, but I don't feel like any of them gets you to deployment level, right? They all just do things that look nice, but the backend doesn't really work, right? And it's the same thing for this one as what I've already sort of toyed with different ones that we looked at before. Let's try Stripe during this time. Let's see if we can get all the way to Stripe. It says subscribe now. That actually looks like it's working. So this part is working. So you can connect with Stripe, which I guess was one of the integrations they said was working, right? Did it work? I don't remember, but like this appears to be working. Let's see if it actually goes through. I don't know if I should do that, but I can always just refund it after. Okay, so payment verification failed. Stripe did look like it was working. We have this, and we have one payment that went through. So that's interesting. Actually, the payment just worked, but then here it says that it didn't. So we are not subscribed. Actually, we're not even logged in, but that worked. That one actually worked. So let's see if we can refund that. Okay, well, and I owe $2 to Stripe now. Oh well. Okay, so here we are. The app looks like it should have fixed all the things. If we click on sign in, it should sign us in with Atoms. If we click update, so we're updating to V8. We're doing that right now. So it's interesting. So part of the synchronization with external apps works. So Stripe got Stripe. I don't think HubSpot is gonna work either. I don't think HubSpot nor QuickBooks actually are gonna work because these I don't remember, were they native? Yeah, it looked like they were. Like it said that they should work. So we should be all good now. And if we come here, first of all, it should load faster. That's one thing. So, okay, it's loading. It's cleaner, at least, in terms of loading screen. It matches it matches the brand. So that works. If we click sign in, does that work? And click allow. I feel like I might have to try that on a different So let's see if that would work. So if we try to log in from a different Google account and click sign in, like, does it just say, hey, welcome again? Yeah, oh no, I have to log in again. And then I can log in with Google through Atom, which I think still works, right? I'm still happy with that. And then that would work. And then we are logged into the thing. And we can add widgets. And then everything breaks. So we have some more bug fixing to do. And if we do the same thing here, I'm gonna guess that it also breaks, right? Which it does. So I will let the app know. Whenever I add a widget, screen goes blank and nothing happens. And we're gonna give it that and see what it comes up with. And yeah, realistically speaking, I feel like we have to turn to something different because it looks like it's not going the right way. So while this is doing the thing, I feel like we're gonna need a V2 of this. And I will actually just walk you through what I'm doing with my own Notion dashboard. So my business is consulting business. There are a few businesses which do the same thing as me. So you can see the customers right now for, of course, confidentiality reasons. But the way this works is basically I have a database of customers, which is all of my current ongoing files. And then I have a list of tasks that I need to do, and some are attributed to me, some are attributed to Thomas. And the part that's pretty important, I think, is I get to take notes on each one of these. So for example, this one customer, I have notes from all of my previous meetings. I have my tasks, which are linked to this. And yeah, basically it's a very simple note-taking app. The one thing that I would like to have is to have this very simply integrated with my timesheet. So the way I think I'm going to work on this is I'm going to basically build a Clockify clone, sort of, that would be free, because some of the features of this app, which is, I think it's a pretty simple app. Like I don't need the mobile punch or anything. I just want to be able to track my time. I like the calendar view like so. I like to be able to track it like this, and I like to have little dashboards where I can choose any of my customers, right? That's something that I enjoy. The one thing that I cannot do is have a budget, right? I need to pay for that. I don't know why I've never done it, but I never felt the need to. I never felt like it was worth the paywall that they put, even though it's a very small amount. Like it's mostly me and like one or two team members just putting time into this machine. I'd like to have a budget, a time budget whenever, and have an idea of what is the recurring allocation of time for each project. So I feel like I'm going to scrap all of this, and I will be moving all of these things into a new project. Yeah. Okay, so it's asking me, please confirm that you wish to continue testing the widget creation fix. I don't know. It says it found the issue. Yes, please fix it. I don't know what you need confirmation for. Just do it. Let's see what comes out of this. But even if it gets it to fix, like seeing how convoluted it is to just get this app to even pretend like it's working properly, I feel like the chances of us actually pulling real metrics through this are very thin. Maybe like if I was only pulling from Stripe, that would work. Like if I was pulling only data from Stripe, I feel like it wouldn't be very much of an issue. But since QuickBooks usually has terrible integrations with everything else, I don't know how realistic that feels. So let's make a new game plan. So our main feature is going to be time tracking. And then to do so, we want to have projects, we want to have, I don't even, do I need projects? Okay, let's keep the projects. Let's make it clients, projects, and then we want to have, yeah, basically that's it. Team members. I don't know why this is so small. Yeah, let's make it like so. And then what else do we need? Can we turn that into a document? I feel like that would be more convenient. Okay. And then so that's going to be our step one. Step one. Then our step two would be to have my call notes integrated. So that would work with the clients. We want this to go up to the clients. Actually, I don't even need the projects. You know what? Just gonna call this clients/projects. Like I want it to work with people who work with businesses like I do. So like I don't do coaching, but I feel like it would work. The way I take notes and the way I work would work for coaches of any kind. So this is what we want. We have to have notes integrated. Maybe like we're gonna manually feed my Gemini nodes for now, but in a perfect utopic world, which is not right now, but like it would work. Yes, let's make it a document. It would work with, you know, automatically with notes taking. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that, so I'll just put it in red because it's not gonna happen, but like that's my ideal scenario. So step one, build a simple time tracking. We want to have this, clients, projects, team members, and then we want to have a budget. I feel like we just want to have a time budget, optional. Optional. And then we want to have a reporting view, which could be by project, dates, and then team member, something like that. And that would be a very basic. And then how do we log into this? I'd love to log it with Google. Log in with Google or Apple. I think I'm starting to understand that this is called O authentication, something like that, or zero authentication. I believe that Atoms.dev was managing this. So it's still asking me, do you want me to fix the API? Yes, just fix everything, man. Just go ahead. Okay, so that would be step one, step two, and then what else is part of my tech stack? That's all, really. That's our whole tech stack. To me, this is something that is worth, like, I don't know, for an organization, let's say $20 a month. Very simple. It's low ticket, low maintenance. I feel like we can get that to $8,000 pretty easily. And then, so that means that our, like this would actually be exactly the same. So we'd have this, that would work. We just wouldn't have this part, right? It would be just the vibe coding thing, the AI at some point, and then Stripe right now, initially. And that's it. I feel like this is something we can ship pretty quickly. So yeah, I feel like this is it for today. So we have to learn how to, well, we have to learn. I feel like I have to learn that sometimes, you know, we get too ambitious in things where we have zero experience, zero skills, and it doesn't work out, which is, you know, I'm comfortable with that. So let's just start over, I guess. And yeah, so next episode, we'll start building this, see how that works. Let's just check in one last time here. It's still asking me to debug a few things. I don't know, just do the thing. Just do things. So next episode, I'll let you know if this looks like it's gonna work, and if it doesn't, well, we'll start building the new one, which most likely is what we're going to do. I have no clue what's going on right now. It's asking me to restart the Vice server, which I don't even know what that means, if I'm being honest. Then again, I think we shot above our grade, and it didn't stick, man. It didn't stick. So let's try again. All right, thank you so much. Let's catch up next time. That's all for today.